Hello there. So when I reacted to the Superman trailer, I said I'd bring trailer reactions back, and well, we are back for Fantastic Four, and I've heard that Jurassic World Rebirth trailer releases tomorrow, so do a video for that. Although I say tomorrow, I'm recording this on the day of this Fantastic Four trailer on Tuesday, but this video will probably be on Thursday, because I'm trying to schedule my videos. I used to be like, when I used to do trailer reactions more often, like years ago, I used to be like, oh my days, trailer just came out, let me react to it, upload it, I gotta be first, I gotta be fast. I realized that because there's hundreds of channels, literally hundreds of channels that react to trailers nowadays, being first doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, there's always gonna be much bigger channels that will be there before you anyway, even if you try and be first. There's no need, okay? That obsession is gone. The point is, I am watching this on the day of release, but you're seeing the reaction 2 days later or later on if you watch it later on after that. And Jurassic World Rebirth, by the time you're seeing this video, I've already reacted to that, and that'll be tomorrow's video. So just so you know. Anyway, I'm very excited for this. As some of you already know, I'm a big fan of Marvel and DC. In the last few years, both sides have not really done too great. But I've had some good moments, you know, obviously the Batman, Guardians 3. There's been some good moments here and there, but the MCU has kind of struggled a bit, been very up and down after Endgame. DC has been up and down for a long time now. But, you know, they've been struggling a bit, and I want them to get back to being being great, like great like I know they can be. So I'm very excited for this. Having said that, there have already been multiple attempts at Fantastic Four movies. None of them have worked. Although, in my opinion, the mid-2000s ones were not that bad. The second one wasn't great because of the big space cloud. But the first one, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, that was a good movie, I feel. But still wasn't great, but that was the best of the many attempts. Generally though, it's been a failure, and every time we've done Doctor Doom, it's been a failure. Hopefully that changes with the next Avengers movies. Anyway, this time we got Galactus. I've been very excited about Galactus. I'm going to talk more about that after this trailer, because apparently he makes an appearance in the trailer. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's do this. Click play!
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
So I don't want to pause, but I thought I just saw Stark Tower. No, it's not Stark Tower. It's the F4 Tower. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, my bad.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Getting WandaVision vibes there. Yeah, that building.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
That's from the comics, isn't it?
Okay. Okay.
He looks
Is
pretty.
this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
Got a comic accurate design there for the thing.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible.
This is where they got their powers, right?
Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking he means.
Who's that?
And Johnny never caught fire.
Okay.
Ben has always been a rock.
Why does clothes not burn
Johnny
off?
is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Not the space cloud again. Gandalf. Give me that again. Give me that again. I'm a happy man right now, just on those two scenes. Just those two shots.
As a family.
As a family. Fantastic. Vin Diesel will love this one. First steps. July 25th. I read a tweet earlier, right? We got Superman, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World coming out in July. I never understand why companies do that, because surely you'd want your own month, right, for your big blockbuster, instead of just putting all the competition in 1 month bundled together. I just feel like, wouldn't you make more money if you don't compete? I know it worked for like Barbenheimer, but that was like a one-off, especially when it's like Marvel and DC, and then you got Jurassic. People are gonna pay to watch dinosaurs. We know that. So, but anyway, Galactus, right? I like the idea of a big bad. Obviously, we got Thanos. I don't know who Thanos was before 2012, but once I knew who he was after that end credit scene and I researched him, I was like, oh my days, I'm so excited. And I waited 6 years for Infinity War. It was worth the wait. I like the idea of a big bad that could ruin everything for everybody, and the heroes got to work together to try and find a way to complete Mission Impossible. I like that sort of story. Not every movie, obviously, but like I like it as like an end game story of like, you know, I like it as like, I like it as a finale storyline, if that makes sense. Obviously, this is not a finale, this is more of a first movie, but still, I like the idea of a big bad. So I'm a big fan of like Darkseid. I've always wanted to see, since I was a kid, I wanted to see Darkseid in live action in a film. It's happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but that was more of a like he was there, but he wasn't fighting, was he? That was teased in part 2, which is never going to happen. I'm still waiting for a live action Darkseid and an actual battle with him from the Justice League. We got that in animation though. Justice League War from that was like 10 years ago it came out. Really good film. 2017 I think it came out. That was a good Darkseid Justice League movie. I also like what's his name? Unicron from Transformers. Unicron. They have made eight live action Transformers movies, and not one has been Unicron being the main villain. Unicron was there in Rise of the Beasts, which I thought was awesome. I'm just like, yes, we have Unicron finally. It's more of a tease. He's not there yet. He was there, but he wasn't battling them yet. Another thing that's only been in animation that I want to see in live action. I've been waiting I've been teased so much, and I'm still waiting. Galactus is another big bad that I've been waiting for a while. They did him in Rise of the Silver Surfer. A giant cloud. Not really proper Galactus. So I hope you understand my reaction when I saw his shadow over New York. I was like, finally, we're getting Galactus. And not only are we getting him, we're not getting a massive cloud. We're actually getting an accurate Galactus. You don't really see him. I did see that leaked preview they put at, like, was it Comic-Con or Disney D+, D23? There was a footage, there was like a 2-second clip that was leaked online that they showed at an event. And you could kind of see his face. And I thought that looked really crazy. But even though I've not really seen him fully, I've not seen the purple and everything like that. But the fact that we've seen Galactus, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a really big fan of that. I'm looking forward to watching some breakdowns on this, especially getting more info on Galactus as well, because I'm very excited to finally see that villain. Obviously, he's more of a world-ending sort of villain, so maybe he could have been saved, but obviously we're getting Doctor Doom later, so maybe it's good to do Galactus now. And I've been waiting long enough, so I think we've waited a while for Galactus to properly arrive in a live-action movie. And so far, based on this teaser, it looks like he's being done properly, so that's good to know. My prediction is that this takes place in its own universe, but they're going to connect in the Avengers movie. So it's either going to be like a multiversal event, or they're going to find themselves in the MCU at the end of the film. It's going to be one of the two. Either they get in the MCU at the end of the film, in a post-credit scene or at the end of the film, or they stay in their own world, but through the multiverse they get involved in Avengers. Maybe it's something like that. But this is one of the films that will lead into Avengers for sure. So it's one of those two things. But I definitely do think this is not in the MCU. It takes place in like the 60s, I think. Logically, someone as big as that would have been referenced in the MCU at some point. I know they did not have the rights back then and did not plan for Galactus, but it has to be said. It doesn't make any sense for them to put that in the MCU because that would have... It makes sense for everyone to forget that happened. So it would be in its own universe. I'm very excited for this. I think the casting is pretty good. I think, honestly, and I'm not saying this to be like a hater, but I feel like they could have casted a better Mr. Fantastic, a better Reed Richards. I'm not saying Pedro Pascal is bad. He's a really good actor. I rate him highly as a great actor. I just can't see him as Mr. Fantastic even now. I just don't see that vibe from him. I just don't see a superhero vibe from him in general. And that's not hate towards him. He's a great actor. I just don't see him as that character. To be fair, I think there are some comic book characters he can play really well. I just don't know if it's this character, but we'll see. But I think Vanessa Kirby, I'm a big fan of her. Her as Susan Storm, I think, works. The guy who plays Johnny, he was in A Quiet Place Day One a few months ago. Not a few months ago, but last year. I liked that film, and I liked his performance in that. So I was just like, I'm looking forward to seeing him now in Fantastic Four. He looked okay here. I thought like it's early days of VFX, but with The Thing, he does look a little weird. Doesn't look perfect, but doesn't look bad either. But it looks like they definitely got to do a bit of work on that. But it also looks like he's ripped from the comics. To be fair, the one from the mid-2000s did as well. That looked like The Thing from the comics as well. But I feel like this one, like the design, especially on the head, it looks like it was like from a comic book cover that I've seen before. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, it looks nice. A nice vibe. It feels different. It doesn't feel like it's in the MCU, even though it will be connected eventually. But it feels like it's like a different environment, even though it's in New York, where most of the heroes live anyway in the MCU. It looks different, which I think is good and positive. And I don't just mean it looks different in terms of it takes place in the 60s. I just mean the whole vibe of it just looks different to anything else in the MCU. Obviously, we had scenes from years ago from Captain America and Captain Marvel. It still felt like those films still felt like they're in the same universe as the MCU. This feels like its own separate thing, while it's still being connected. So I think that's good. So yeah, but the main thing for me is it looks like they're doing Galactus, and Galactus is one of the. If I had a bucket list of characters I want to see on screen in live action, he's right up there. So the fact that they're finally doing him and properly instead of being a cloud, that already makes me excited. Doesn't mean the movie is going to be good, but obviously we're going to have to wait and see. Normally I'd be like, oh, I can't wait, guys. It's going to be amazing. I can't say that right now because Marvel's either up or down at the moment. The consistency they had between Civil War and Infinity War is just not there anymore. So I gotta hold back my thoughts a little bit. But Galactus is coming. So I can't not be excited for that. Because at the moment I'm just like, yes, Galactus. It's not a yes, this movie's going to be great, I'm sure of it. It's more of a yes, Galactus. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. But yeah, I hope it's good. And hopefully it's good, because obviously it's leading into like 2 big Avengers movies, and I want those to be great. It's just that obviously because Infinity War and Endgame, they had like some really good build up towards them, and that's why the payoff was so good. This is a bit more worrying because the build up towards the next Avengers movies have been very rocky, so that's what I'm worried about. But again, every movie I watch, I reserve my thoughts on how good it was after I see it. So we got till July, we got more trailers to come, and they've definitely got more time to touch up on effects and stuff, so I have confidence to an extent. But at the end of the day, in conclusion, what I think of this trailer is Galactus. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And Galactus.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're